This is MSOS. A viewer named Nolan says he bought a call option for $9.50 for next Friday and wanted to know if I thought we would hit that price target. So I'm going to break down the chart for you. Hi everyone, it's Dow on the Dow. We ended the day at $8.39, down nearly 4%. The 52-week low is $4.78. The 52-week high is $9.88. For the month, we are up 27%. For the 3-month period, up 22%. And year to date, we are up 19%. Now, this is where we are. We are at basically support. Now, to the north side from where we are takes us back to the middle of the trend and the baseline where price will go through to the upside or to the downside. And in this case, this will also be resistance. It is 885, and at resistance, I will anticipate people will take some profit and they will run. Okay, this is one area of resistance. And the next level of resistance would take us to 2 standard deviations, roughly 939. And if we hit this line, I will anticipate price to go down as people take their profits and they run. They lock in and they will leave, okay? And then the next level of resistance at 3 standard deviations is $9.67. And above that takes us to $9.93. Now, to the south side, I don't anticipate price to ever reach 4 standard deviations in one day. That is not normal. That would be like going to the moon, and MSOS is not going to go to the moon, not in one day. Now, to the south side, at -2 standard deviations is 831, and this is support. If we hit this, I will anticipate a bounce as people buy in on the dip. The next level would be roughly 804, and at -4 standard deviations, roughly 776. We have a gap to the south side that I have been tracking, and it has not closed yet to the south side here. And it started at 856 and closes to the downside at 819. It was over here when it began on the 16th. We gapped up, so when a gap forms to the upside, typically it will close to the downside. And basically we're just grinding sideways here, except for this move, which again, we almost hit resistance. And what happens at resistance? People take their profits and they run. So I will anticipate price to get to this on Thursday. We're so close. And I just think that it's very doable. And then the next target to the downside, this is the landmine to watch out for here. That will take us down to $7.46. We have not closed that. And we're not in that channel just yet. But something to be aware of, a potential buy-in area if you're on the side and you think that you want to get in, that's obviously a better price than where we are now. And you'll want to take a look at this on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, and look for gaps to the south side for price to possibly enter that zone in that range. And obviously it takes a while. But Nolan wants to know if we're going to hit 950. Well, let me mark this out. 950 takes us to right here. So I always anticipate stock to price to stay within -2, and 2 standard deviations all day long. Obviously, the calculations change as the computer recalculates these lines, but I definitely think this is a possibility for Thursday and for even this Friday. But that is resistance. We have a ways to go to get to this level. But anything above 2 standard deviations it takes a little while to get there. So will it get to here tomorrow, which is Thursday? I wouldn't hold my breath. But maybe on Friday we could get up to this level if we continue our upward pattern here. This is an upward channel, so that's good to see. Now, I marked this out. This is the end of Friday. So if this continues to go up, then I think we could easily hit it. Now, for Thursday, this is resistance. And right here, if we pull out to next Friday, if you follow the line, if we continue our upward momentum, this could turn into support, and off of this, a bounce. So if you're talking this Friday, I'm not exactly sure next Friday, this Friday, if you're referring to the 19th or Friday the 26th. But definitely, I think by Friday the 26th, we could get there if we continue this upward pattern. Obviously, overall, the markets are down. We are down. The Dow is down here. NASDAQ is down. The S&P 500 is down, 26 points there. The Russell 2000 also down. And obviously, a lot of people are talking about us going into a recession. So it's hard to say, but obviously we have landmines to the south side that will take us down for sure. Plenty of opportunities to go short. But will we get a bounce up? I think so, but eventually making our way down. Now, on Stock Invest, it says here, given the current short-term trend, the ETF is expected to rise 23% during the next 3 months, and with a 90% probability hold a price between $791 and $10.79. But that's a 3-month period. So I only look at price one day at a time. But if I'm investing, obviously I will flip this over to the monthly. I look at the RSI, and that's when I decide whether I want to get in off of the monthly for long-term investing. Well, we're no longer oversold. We were never actually there, but we did get down to 35, and now we're at 44. And could we get back to 54? I think so. That's the monthly. The weekly, we are at 61, not oversold yet, but look, anytime an ETF or stock hits this range, you should anticipate a pullback. Price cannot stay at high levels without consolidating and then going back up again. See, look at this was your opportunity here too. Look at this at 21, and price was, oh, this is the weekly. Let me go back to the monthly. Yeah, it doesn't show me much. The weekly, look back. So anytime we go above 70, you can expect a pullback as price will fall down, Look at this. To take a breather, look at this. You cannot expect price to stay up without consolidating. It just is not going to happen. Let me delete this. These were old. Oh, this is old. Price. I've been tracking this for a very long time, in the 20s, and traded in and out. So let me get out of this onto the daily. And I just sold some again for my mom here. I bought in at the last time 658, at 45. So I'm no longer, oh, let me get to the 5-minute. There, you can see that better. No longer in this for her, but I still have shares at 622, and I buy shares. I do not do options. So right now, I do have a sell order in at $9.95. This changes pretty much every day for me as I look at the lines at the linear regression at 2, 3, and 4 and see where we are and if I'm ready to release the stock. So I think I'm still going to hold out. I think that price could definitely get to 2 standard deviations, and I would be playing it safe if I sold out or set a sell order at 940 all day long, 940. But anything above that is just a little riskier, and I may never get there, and that's okay because I will hold this for as long as I need to, because I think long-term cannabis stocks are going to go up, especially when the feds okay it. Because right here, let me show you the article. There was an old article. U.S. cannabis stocks higher after DEA confirms marijuana status review. Everyone is letting people sell cannabis. And so now the federal government needs to also decide whether it wants to. And it's all about the money. So I'm sure they're going to, because they want to tax it. It's all about money and making profits and taxing us. So there you go. I think that's going to happen. All right. I think that is everything that I wanted to go over. And I've been tracking this and have purchased it in the past in the $20 range, in the $14 range. And this ETF has taken a beating. And I know that a lot of people were trading this during the heyday. This was a meme stock, a meme ETF, and it cracked. But now we're climbing and making our way back up again. And hopefully we'll get back to that 52-week range of 988. And on Stock Invest, they believe, we are going to go at least into the $10 range within the next 3 months. All right, that does it for me. Thank you so much for watching.